With Season 2 of the Hello Neighbor series coming out soon, I figured it was time that I talked about it. Now, for those of you who may or may not know, yes, there is a Hello Neighbor series right here on YouTube. I won't get into any major spoilers in this video, so you can check out the show after this video, if that's something you're interested in. I am familiar with the Hello Neighbor games, and they are very infamous online. I played the first game myself, like, about a year ago, and the only thing I really learned from that game was anger issues, because I could not figure out what to do. I had to look up a bunch of YouTube tutorials. So I've never really been a huge fan of the Hello Neighbor franchise. When I heard that there was a show, I just was shocked, and I was like, oh man, I have to watch this. This is gonna be ridiculous. So I turned on the TV and started watching it. And I barely watched it for about 5 minutes before I just turned around and I was like, yeah, this is stupid. I mean, it looks like a highlights comic, for crying out loud. This is ridiculous. Which it really wasn't fair of me to judge it so soon. I mean, I'd hardly even given it a chance. I was being way too critical of something I hardly even knew anything about. Besides, the story hadn't even started and I was judging it for the animation. The animation does need to be good, but so does the story, and that's what really matters. Thankfully, I kept watching the show, and I actually ended up really liking it. To the point where I was on the edge of my seat, waiting to see what happened next. But what makes the show so good? I think it's the fact that the mystery in this show was done a lot better than it was in the video games. The storytelling was told so that we got the right amount of information at the right time, but still had a good mystery on our hands. Unlike in the pilot, where the characters just never finish their sentences, and they just do that so it keeps you interested and makes you want to watch the show.
Will somebody please finish the sentence?
If you haven't seen the pilot, probably don't. It's not that good, and it's not worth your time. I didn't even know there was a pilot for the show. I didn't hear about the pilot until after I finished watching the show. But I will say that the show is a major upgrade from the pilot. All the characters are more tolerable, they're written better, and the mystery is done better. The music and voice acting also improved a lot after the pilot. The animation in the show is actually a lot better than the pilot too. I know I was just dogging on the animation earlier, but it is actually really good, and I feel bad for making fun of it so early on. I think my feelings of the games were just influencing how I felt about the show, which is why I wasn't really giving it a chance. There are still some parts of the show that are a bit goofy and honestly kind of dumb, but these little moments don't ruin the show for me, because overall the writing is fairly good. With all the new teasers of Season 2, I am excited to see it, and where it will go from here. I really hope that the quality of writing from the first season transitions over to the second one, and from the teasers that I've seen, it looks like it will be that way. With all that being said, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week.